Hi guys, today we are going to be playing with a lot of About Face makeup. I got a PR package from them. It's been quite some time now, but since these haven't been like a very new release, I felt like I could kind of take my time and focus on the things that came in that were more urgent. So today we're going to be trying out all of the things that were in the PR package, and I'm so excited. There's a lot of things in here. I also got a package from Unearthly Cosmetics, and I do kind of want to pull in some of these as well because they've come out with liquid multi-chrome eyeliners, and I've swatched these on the back of my hand and they look absolutely amazing. So I thought maybe we could pull in one of these as well, but for the most part we're going to be using the About Face makeup. Like I said, I did get all of these sent in PR and they came in a huge PR package. I've already taken everything out of the box. I did show the box in the haul video that I posted a few weeks ago. I can link that up in the corner if you want to check it out, but I've taken everything out of the PR box, but I still have everything in the packaging, and I haven't used any of this. The only thing that I've swatched for myself are these liquid matte eyeshadows, and we're definitely going to be trying out these today. Now they do come in a lot of different colors, but these are like their new ones, I think, or maybe these are just the colors that they decided to send out in the PR packages, but these are the ones that I have. So I don't have any of like the very bright ones, like the blue ones or the green ones or the yellow ones. Like I said, they have a ton of different colors, so I'm gonna link the website down below so you can go check it out if there's anything in here that you're interested in. They also have come out with some eyeliners, which these I'm really excited about because you guys know I love colored eyeliners. I use liner in my waterline every time I do my makeup, so I'm hoping that these are going to be great because they are beautiful colors and they're very colorful, and I'm just really excited. The last thing in the PR package is something that I don't think I'm not going to open all of these and swatch all of them because this is not the kind of product that I normally use, because these are eyeshadow sticks. So there's a lot of different colors here. I'm going to keep some of them and try some of them. I'm going to keep the white one. I'm going to keep the black one because these make for really, really nice bases for like multi-chromes and stuff like that. And I'm also probably going to keep the blue one, I think, because this one looks beautiful as well. All of these other ones are very kind of basic nude shimmery shades. They remind me a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury caviar sticks. She has a lot of similar things like this, so I'm gonna put those aside because I'm not gonna use those colors, but I am probably gonna use maybe one or two of these in today's. Listen, I don't know what we're doing today. I have no idea, but we're just gonna take it one step at a time and see how many of these things I can kind of jam on my eyes at the same time. They also sent me an eyeshadow primer. I've used this primer once with like powder eyeshadows and I liked it okay, but I don't like it as much as my Natasha Denona primer simply because this one doesn't have as much pigment to it, and I prefer an eyeshadow primer that's more of a concealer consistency without being a concealer. So I'll show you what I mean. And this is actually a really good time to show this because I do have a little bit of staining here from yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and just prime with this. And as you can see, it's not really like covering anything up. And for someone like myself who I use a lot of very colorful eyeshadows all the time, and with that sometimes comes staining, and so I like having a primer that I know is going to just cover up said staining, because this isn't really like doing that for me, as you can tell. It's also a very kind of silicone based eyeshadow primer, and depending on what you like in your primer, maybe you love that, but I find that it's not as kind of tacky as I would like, and I find that it takes a little bit longer to just build up eyeshadows on top of it. But I feel like a primer for products like this, it makes perfect sense to have this be the kind of primer you want to use with like liquid shadows and stuff like that. So it makes sense that this is the kind of primer that comes in the line. It's just not my perfect kind of eyeshadow primer, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna basically do, since we only have 3 of these matte eyeshadows, they're all gonna definitely go together, so I'm gonna use all of them. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do that. I'm thinking I'll use these 2 in my crease. Maybe I'll do sort of a cut crease with this one, or like put that on my lid, and then I'll do some of the white maybe in my inner corner of my eye with the eyeshadow stick, and then do maybe one of the multi-chrome liners as like a liner, and then we can do one of these in the water. It's gonna be a lot, but let's just have some fun, right? Let's just have some fun. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start with this one. I really like the components for these. I think they're really, really beautiful. I like that they're sort of like that soft matte material texture, I think is the word I was looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a swatch on the back of my hand here, because I have, like I said, I did swatch these sort of just for myself because I wanted to see them, and they're very smooth. Like this is gonna make for a really nice transition shade. Let's go ahead and swatch the darker of the browns here as well. This is more of a, how would I even explain this color? It's really pretty, and I feel like these are gonna match very nicely together, and it's also gonna kind of match with my lipstick. I picked this lipstick on purpose because I felt like the look would make sense in the end, but we'll see. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, I have on a lip liner from Colourpop. This is in the shade Pitch, and then I'm using one of the Ace Beaute lipsticks. I've been really liking this formula. I think they're really, really nice. Now, I've said before, I wouldn't usually wear like a dark lipstick like this out, but I think it just looks really nice, and when I'm just like around the house and I don't care if I mess up my lipstick, I'm totally gonna wear these. This is in the shade Gratitude, but yeah, I really like these. And let's just go ahead and swatch the last of the matte eyeshadows here as well. Now, keep in mind, I'm going very heavy with these, and this is a thick layer, so once you start blending them out, they're not gonna be tacky for as long. They do dry down to a matte finish, but look how pretty these are. Like, that is beautiful. Now, this is going to be my first time using a matte liquid eyeshadow, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm getting myself into. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work from the back of this with a brush, because I don't want to just slap this on my eye and have it go terribly wrong. So I'm just going to use some of this on a blending brush. This one is from Blend Bunny. It is the B1, and I'm just going to kind of hold this on the side so I can keep dipping back and forth. I'm just going to use this as my sort of transition shade. I'm gonna try to pull this high enough up that I can cover up some of that blue and just sort of see how that goes here. But the formula seems very, very easy to work with. It's extremely smooth and is blending out very easily, and as you can tell, there's definitely pigment to it because this is covering up that blue very nicely and is sort of just neutralizing it, which I really like. And I can honestly see myself using this color as a transition shade, or if I just want to do like mostly an all shimmer look, I could put this in my crease and just do like a shimmer on my lid. I think this is looking really nice so far. Like I said, very easy to work with, and I'm not having any issues blending it. It seems thin enough that you're not gonna really like feel it on your eyes. It's also thick enough that it has enough pigment to sort of cover up, like I said, if you have any kind of discolorations on your lid or maybe a little bit of staining. So far, actually kind of liking this. I'm gonna take a little bit of this just underneath my eye as well, just to kind of tie this all together. I feel like the real test is to see how these kind of build on top of each other, so I'm gonna go in with the darker of the shades. This is the shade called Cloned. The text on these is so small, it's kind of hard to see, but also my eyesight has never been the best, so that could also be a me thing. But I'm gonna do the same thing, just gonna work from the back of this, and we're gonna see how this works here. I'm gonna start in the outer corner of my eye, just kind of put it down where it is that I want it to be, and then I'll start blending it out as my deepening shade here. Again, super easy to work with. I'm honestly kind of impressed, and I really didn't know if I would get along with a product like this because it's not something that I've really ever played around with. I never thought of like using a matte liquid eyeshadow. I don't know, for me that just didn't really make sense, but I guess I can see the appeal to this. But I feel like this would also be better used as something that maybe you don't like build too much with. Maybe it's better used as a like a one and done shadow. I'm not sure I would really use them in this way again, because since it is a product that does dry down, like once it sets, it's kind of set, and then you can't really like keep blending on it. So this could easily be more of a, like I said, a one and done kind of thing. But for the sake of the video, I just wanted to try out more of these, and I do think that they work very nicely together. Like that definitely looks nice, and it was super easy to do as well. You definitely do have to work kind of fast, so like not super fast. There's definitely a little bit of wiggle room, and it does blend out nicely, but just keep in mind that these kind of products do dry down completely, and so you want to make sure that it is blended by the time it does dry down. But look at how smooth that is. Like I'm not having any kind of patchiness or anything like that. And if there's a problem with my blending, it's just because it's a new to me type of product, and it definitely has a bit of a a learning curve, just like any new product that you haven't really used before do, but I think this looks nice. So I'm gonna next, I guess I'll wait for this to dry just a little bit before I go in with the pink. Do I even want to go in with the pink? I mean, I do want to try out the pink, so I'm definitely gonna do that, but maybe in the meanwhile, I'll use some of this white one in my inner corner and see how that kind of goes. So this is an eyeshadow stick. Oh, that is really nice and creamy. Ooh, I'm actually quite excited for this. I think that this is the kind of product that I'll probably get quite a bit of use out of. And I'm just going to use that as my, that's very nice and bright. I really like that. I'm going to use that in the inner corner of my eye here. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a blend. But it doesn't have to be perfect because I am, like I said, going to use the pink on my lid here. I am going to take a small clean, I hope this is clean brush, just to kind of blend the edges a little bit, hopefully. And just see how much time I do have to work with this, but it does seem like it doesn't dry down like right away, but it does definitely set after a little while. So again, you want to work not super slow with this. And it's obviously not looking like perfectly white because I am mixing it with that brown, and I am getting a little bit of brown onto my liner as well, but that's okay. If I wanted this to not mix at all, I probably would have used this product first. But I think this looks nice. I do like this. Now let's go in with this pink shade. I don't know how this is going to turn out. It might look kind of crazy, and there is a chance that I'm going to layer something over the top of this, but I just want to see kind of what would happen if I tried to kind of use this as a bit of a like a cut crease here. Like, how opaque is this? How can I use this together with these other colors? And it definitely seems like it is quite opaque. I'm again using this on a brush here because I want to make sure that I have enough control. And I really like the way that these kind of build on themselves but also build on top of each other. I think that the formula is really, really nice. Like, that actually looks beautiful. And like, again, it just looks so smooth. Like, see how nicely this is covering up the shadow underneath? I actually really like that. That is beautiful. I'm very blown away by these, and I'm tempted to pick up more colors because these would be really nice for just doing kind of simple looks. And obviously I would pair them with some shimmer shadows because I just like shimmers, okay? I just like the sparkle. I'm not an all matte kind of person, and I do think I'm probably gonna find like a pink shimmer to put over the top of this just because I can't help myself. Again, you do have to work kind of quick because I was trying to go over this side now and it's definitely dry down. So just something to keep in mind, if you're going to use these, make sure you work kind of fast with them just to make sure that they don't dry down on you before you kind of want them to, before you're done with your blending or your look here. But that worked beautifully as sort of a cut crease. Now I have done more of a blended look because I do prefer that on myself. But I quite like this. Now, I think that the thing that is easier with powder shadows is that I could more easily go in and sort of blend the edges of the outer corner now with a powder shadow because I wouldn't have to like open a whole new thing and go into the brush, and like, it's a little bit more work. But again, like I said, I feel like these are better used for like simple looks, like using one of them at a time together with some powders maybe, or even just using one of these like all over the lid and blend it out and you're out the door if that's something that you're into. Like, I think that would be probably the best way of using these. I do think I'm gonna go in with a pink shimmer because it's me we're talking about, right? So I don't know if I can help myself. I think I'm gonna pull out one of my Clionadh shadows. I haven't used these on camera in quite some time, and since they are coming out with a whole new range of the stained glass collection, I thought I could use one of the ones that I have in my collection already. I love these. Like, when I'm not filming, if I'm using a shimmer, I'm probably using one of these because they're so beautiful. Let's see what I want to use. I don't want any, oh, that would be so pretty. that is totally what we're doing. This has a bit of a greenish shift to it. It's like a pink green iridescent sparkly goodness. So that was the one up in the corner here, and this one is called Gloaming. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on a brush. I'm not gonna use a glitter primer because I am lazy and these shadows really don't need it. Like, they're so beautiful on their own. And I'm just gonna go ahead and layer that over the pink here, because I do want the pink to kind of show through underneath, but oh, look at that. And this is why I can never do an all matte eye look, because shimmer just makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy. Like, I feel like even when I'm 80, like, I'm still gonna be rocking shimmer eyeshadow if I'm still into makeup at that point, but I just don't think that my love for shimmers will ever go away, because, I mean, look at the difference. Like, I'm not over here trying to pretend like my eyelids are, you know, that of a 15-year-old. Like, I don't care if I have texture on my eyelid. I don't care if maybe it's not gonna be the most flattering thing in the world when I'm older, because I just, oh, look at that shadow. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Yep, I love it. But see how nice of a base these liquid shadows made for this shadow? Like, that looks so beautiful. And I feel like because I have a liquid shadow underneath this, I feel like this is gonna wear better than if I hadn't had a liquid shadow underneath. You know what I mean? Because this is going to be a really nice base. I am gonna go back in with the dark brown here and just kind of work on the outer corner of my eye a little bit so that I get a nice blend between the shimmer and the matte. So I'm just going to take a little bit more on a brush here and just sort of blend these together. And this is layering nicely over the top of that shimmer shadow as well. And these would probably make for really nice eyeliners if I had to guess. Like, a little goes a long way with this. As you can tell, I didn't mean to really pull this in as much as I did, but that's what happens when maybe you put a little bit too much on your brush. Just going back in with the same brush that I had my shimmer on and just, again, kind of going back and forth and making sure that the blend here is looking nice. Now, I'm not sure what to do for my waterline because I'm looking at these colors and I'm like, none of these are really gonna go with this look. So maybe we'll just go all out and do a bright blue in the waterline, and I can use maybe like one of the blue liners from Unearthly Cosmetics. These are called the Immortality Liquid Eyeliners. Like I said, these are multi-chrome eyeliners and they're so beautiful. Like, I put one on my lid as the first day that I got it just to like try it out, and oh my god, they're so pretty. So since these work best over a black base, well, I shouldn't say since they do, but I think I'm gonna use some of this liner. I don't think it came with a black liner. I think this is like the darkest one. This is a dark navy. That is a beautiful color, actually. I'm gonna use this on my top lid. I wouldn't normally use like gel pencils like this on my top lid because I'm always scared that they're going to transfer into my crease because I do have hooded eyes. But since I'm gonna put something else over the top of this, I'm gonna use this, just see how creamy this is. And I'm gonna use that to just line my upper lash line here and give a bit of a darker base to that liquid eyeshadow. Like I said, I wouldn't normally use a liner like this on my top lash line, so this isn't something that I'm used to doing. So if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I simply don't know what I'm doing. But I'm doing quite a thick line because I do want that multi-chrome to really come out. And this is definitely creamy enough that you can use this on your top as a liner, and if I wanted to, I could probably go in with a bit of a smudging brush here and just like make this into a wing, but I don't really need this to be a super thick wing or anything like that. I just want this to be a base for the multi-chrome liner. And I'm gonna take this color here. This one is in the shade Treasure. Like, I know there's a lot going on my eyes right now, and I don't know if this is gonna go together at all because this one does have a bit of a kind of green shift to it as well, but I'm just gonna basically pop this right over the top and we'll see what happens. I mean, this is so pretty, but I don't think it really goes with the look. But that's okay. We're just here to play. We're just here to try out the makeup and see how it performs. I will give you some more thoughts on these products after I've tried them all, you know, more individually and just in different ways, just to see how they wear, how they work with different products. But look at how pretty this is. Like, it literally looks like metal. It is so beautiful. Like, you really need to see these in real life to understand the beauty of them. But oh my god, that's so pretty. The only thing I don't really love about these is the applicator, because I feel like the applicator, or like the little brush thingy, can sometimes get stuck a little bit in the tube, like where you put it back in, and it can split easily. So you have to be a little bit careful when you put it back in so that doesn't happen. And these can be built up to be opaque enough that you don't need like a base underneath, but I would recommend using a darker base underneath them. I think this looks really pretty. Now I'm gonna wait for this to dry a little bit, and then we're gonna use one of the other eyeliners here. I'm gonna take this one. This is a bright blue. Again, this is not gonna go with the look at all. Maybe I should use the green, because I feel like this has more of a green shift to it. Maybe the green is gonna work better. Is anything really gonna work with this look? I'm not sure, but maybe we'll use the greens. I don't really have a green eyeliner in my collection that I love, so maybe we can try this out just to see if this is going to become one that I'm going to love, because so far I like the formula on these. I just need to see kind of how they go in my waterline, because that to me is more important than how they do on my lid, because I would never usually use something like this on my lid. So let's go ahead and swatch this. This one is in the shade, let's see, what are you called? Reptilian, I think that says. Ooh, that feels really nice on my hand, and that is a beautiful color. Let's see how this goes in the waterline. Okay, that's really nice. It's taken a little bit of time just to kind of build up the pigment, but since it is the first time I'm using it, I found that to be the case with honestly most of these kind of eyeliners, so you just need to warm them up a little bit. But it is definitely in my waterline, and it's definitely sticking. Now, I don't know if the lasting power is going to be great, but I'm excited. Yeah, I like this. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put on some mascara and maybe some highlighter. And I think we can kind of conclude this video, and I'll give you my thoughts on the products here so far, because I definitely have thoughts. Okay, so I just did some mascara, and I also forgot that I didn't have blush on. So I put on some blush as well as some highlight, and I figured since we're using some of the Unearthly Cosmetics products, I might as well use some of their stuff as well. So I have a combination of these two blushes right here. I don't know what they're called. I don't really want to take them out, but if you're looking for beautiful blush colors, Unearthly has some really nice ones. They are sold individually, but you can also buy little compacts for them. I have another little single here from them. This is from the Sleepover collection, and this is a highlighter. It's a pink one. This one is beautiful. It's what I have on right now, and I really like how it looks. Now, as for the products, I think that honestly the quality of all of these, I am so impressed. Like, I feel like everything I tried today was just really, really nice makeup, you know? And if that's something that's important to you, then I would definitely check out this brand. Like, I feel like About Face has, they know what they're doing when it comes to formulas, and I feel like this isn't a brand that was rushed out. It doesn't feel like a money grab to me. It feels like something that's genuine, and to me it feels like there's been a lot of love put into this brand. I don't know much about Halsey, who is the creator behind it, but to me it definitely seems like something that has been in the works for a while, something that's very well thought out, like I said, and the quality of these are just, they're really nice. Honestly, I want more of these. I want more of these liquid matte eyeshadows. I never thought I would say that. I thought these would kind of be the product that I'd be like, I don't know if I'm going to be using these, but honestly, these are beautiful. Really, really nice quality. I think so far the eyeliners are really nice. I think the eyeshadows stick, even though I didn't use much of it. Really, really nice, super smooth, can be built up to be nice and pigmented, can be blended out. I don't have anything to complain about, honestly. I think that this look turned out really nicely. Obviously, it's kind of all over the place just because I use so many different products, but I think that these are all products that individually I'm going to be using a lot, just not all together. Like, this is a lot. Like, there's just a lot going on here, and I feel like that's not usually how I would wear these products. Like I would probably use just one of these liquid shadows together with like other things. I wouldn't necessarily mix them all together and like use a multi-chrome liner with like, you know, all of these things. But it's just fun to try out, and I think that if you're interested in any of these, I don't think you'd be disappointed if you picked up any of them. Obviously, I haven't tried all the colors. I've just tried a little bit of each of the formulas, but I'm gonna keep playing with these, and if you have any questions, I can definitely answer them, and I will update you in future videos. The only thing that I'm not like the biggest fan of is the eyeshadow primer, but like I said, just because this isn't my favorite kind of eyeshadow primer, I'll keep trying it for a little bit more with like powder shadows and stuff as well, but for the most part, I think I'm gonna stick to my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base because it's just my favorite. But I had a really good time playing with these, so thank you again About Face for sending me these products, because these aren't products that I probably would have picked up myself because I wouldn't have been sure if it would have been something that I would get a lot of use out of. But like I said, I might pick up more of these myself and like the more fun colors because I had a really good time playing with them, and I can see myself reaching for those on days where I'm not filming quite a bit. So that's gonna be it for today. Have you tried this brand? Let me know. If you want to see some other first impression videos I have on my channel, I have so many. I'll put a playlist right there. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.